agree to that.
Oh,
Oh, wow. So this is how you store an open bottle of champagne.
indeed. So, I get another glass of this. This is called a perlage system. What it does is it tricks our wine into thinking that it's still corked. Let me grab another bottle of that, Cristal.
Okay. This may not be here when you go. when you back.
There's an empty.
What was that? That first one was.
Is it tasting like a wine?
Yeah, it's wine tasting. So
Just
this
wanna
is
taste
Louis
it.
Roederer Crystal Brut. Oh, well, that's really pretty. That's nice.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, such a privilege to see you open the bottle.
Yes, there's actually quite a backstory into why I have to unwrap this. The original Cristal bottle that was made was actually made of crystal. That's where the name comes from. So there's two very, very interesting points that actually get put onto the bottle, which is that the original bottle was made out of crystal, and it is one bottle that does not have a punt or a place to put your finger.
So you cannot hold it by the derriere like Mark
Like Mark
Twain
Twain
said.
says, yeah, unable to do that. And that was just because the ruler at the time, it was going on during the war, and they really didn't want any, it was basically bomb mechanisms that would be able to make their way in. So he wanted to make sure that during transport that there wasn't any bombs that were able to be put in there. So got rid of the punt. So that's the one unique part about
And
this
so
bottle.
it's still not there anymore.
And it is still not there. It's not made of crystal anymore, but we still have kind of an homage to it as far as the clear glass. So we are a 2009 vintage here. Louis Roederer is a champagne house that originated in 1776, so it has been around for quite some time as far as the sparkling wine and champagne is concerned. It's very, very well known for a taste of spring. It's like light, bright, refreshing flavor profiles. You're going to get a lot of green apple, apricot, peaches, pears, kind of that lighter, brighter, refreshing flavor profile. We're 60% Pinot Noir, 40% Chardonnay on this one. We get a little bit of that minerality from the Chardonnay on the back palate. Good deal of dry, toasted brioche-ness on the forefront, a lot of that fruit on the middle, and then on the back you're going to get that minerality. It's almost like a built-in palate cleanser to me. You're going to get all of that wonderful robustness up front. Then it has this nice, wonderful, subtle way of kind of gliding off your tongue, but not fading too quickly. So we're aged for 5 years on that one. Our next is our Piper Headsick Rare. This is a 2008, which is actually my favorite on the list right now.
I was going to ask what your favorite is.
This one's 2008. It's actually aged for 8 years on these here. Or sorry, 11 years on these here. With that, typically brings a little bit of a different mouthfeel. So you're going to get a lot more texture and flavor profile on there. It adds a little bit more butteriness to it. So 5 years for the first 11 years here. We're 70% Chardonnay, 30% Pinot Noir. So not quite as much of that.
This was 40-60? Or this is
60-40 Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, 70% Chardonnay, 30%
wow,
Pinot
so
Noir.
it's reversed almost. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
We do that on purpose because we want you to be able to taste kind of the different.
That's Chardonnay base versus a Pinot Noir.
Correct. Now I will say that the middle one is going to have a little bit more of a tropical flavor profile. You might get coconut on the nose. It may carry through onto your palate ever so slightly. I do not get that as much, but I will say when I let people know about that, sometimes it brings out other thought processes towards that. So the coconut may come forward. Mango, papaya, pineapple, apricots, those are going to be the more taste and flavor varietals here. Color and flavor varietals here for you. But not quite as much of that minerality finish, I find, even though the Chardonnay is a little bit higher here. I feel like the fruit carries through to the end a little bit longer. And our last one is our Grand Dame, which is our Krug. It is a non-vintage on this one. Look at that. We might have to.
Oh boy.
Got to do another
get
one.
two
That
of
one
them.
might be gone as well. I will be right back.
I don't think you poured any of that, but
Yeah.
Can I see the menu?
make it go.
It's less. It's dregs.
I'm sure you didn't put any in there.
Yeah. I was positive of
It
it.
was spoiled anyway.
So this one
The end of
is
the bottle is never good.
the Klung Grande
It was flat.
Silver Bird 170 edition.
So we are 51% Pinot Noir, 38% Chardonnay, 11% Pinot Meunier. And you may say, Pinot Meunier, you haven't said that in any of the other ones. Well, that's because the Pinot Meunier grape is actually the third most prevalent varietal that is used in Champagne.
Oh,
But on higher tête de cuvées and things of that nature, especially vintages, you're not going to see that grape as much.
well, this is from here, isn't it?
Still Champagne. So Charles
Just
Krug
Champagne.
is the one that's from here. Krug, the original Champagne house in France, is going to be from Champagne, France. So on
Oh, so
one-
this is from Krug, France.
correct.
Yes. So because it is still the appellation champagne.
Yeah, so the only way to be called and classified as champagne is if you're made from the region. There's a lot,
Right.
99.999% repeating. There are ways to be grandfathered into this situation in order to be still classified as a champagne. So here you're going to get a little bit of that same fruit varietal on the middle. So you're going to get butter, oak, good deal of citrus note on this one. Very well. But a little bit more of a nuttiness from that Pinot Meunier. So you get a little bit more earth, a little bit more texture, almost that umami flavor profile, but a lot of citrus notes. And I typically say I like to pour it last because that taste that you just had, especially as it opens up, will develop and settle a little bit.
It is a little different,
Yeah.
you know, than that
on
one
your
you didn't pour
third
at the
taste. So
first
if you wait about 3 to 4 minutes, that one really will kind of settle out a little bit.
Yeah.
And we do it this way in order to kind of taste with the cheese plate. So this one has a little bit more citrus and acid. We like to pair that with the triple cream brie, which
Oh,
has a
I
little bit of
see.
fattiness, so it cuts through a little bit more of that fattiness. So triple cream brie with apricot jam. We use both of the citrus to cut through some fattiness. We have the rustic bakery cracker that's made about 25 minutes away in Petaluma. Olive oil and rosemary on that one. We have a Beamster XO. It's an aged Gouda that's been aged for 26 months. We have 2 gluten-free crackers for you. One is our Mary's Everything Bagel Crisp cracker done with brown rice, quinoa, and flaxseed.
Wow.
We have a Sonoma-born product here, which is called Vela Toma. We're about 2 blocks away from Vela. It's a cross between a burrata and a mozzarella, so you're going to get a little bit more of the moisture flavor profile. Very old classic Italian on how to make that cheese. We have that 34-degree wafer thin crisp cracker here. We have a Cabot aged Vermont white cheddar. And then we have some Marcona or Spanish almonds, some Marcona almonds that are fire roasted and lightly salted.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Anything else that I can get for you right now?
Probably not. Well, but I do have a question. We were looking at a tasting menu from one of the Champagne vineyards